What's up? What's up? What's up, family? Once again, man, we got to welcome y'all back for another episode of Cigars and Conversations with your boys from a puff a minute. You already know I'm your man, Cigar Mick.
Cigar Banker, what's good, people?
What's good? What's good, y'all? Yo, man, listen, bro. It's hot. It's early in the morning. But we out here on a Sunday morning, man, trying to put it down, try to put an episode together for the people, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's for the people, baby.
It is.
You know what we do is for the people. You know, so yo, it's good to be back, man. Last Sunday was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Memorial Day weekend. We back at 100% out here in Las Vegas, man. So there's a lot of things that we got to chop it up about, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? But what do, man? How do we start it off every time?
We got to talk about what we smoking.
Let's talk about what we smoking, fam.
So I'm going to hit it off, man. So today I got this nice Tabernacle. This is from Foundation Cigar. My boy Nick Melillo, man. This is that Havana seed Connecticut. So this is a medium to full body Nicaraguan filler. Yeah. You know, one of your best rappers in the game. San Andreas rapper on there. So you know it's an awesome smoke, man.
That's a serious cigar right there, bro.
It is.
For real, man. Like I'm jealous right now, but no, that's a serious cigar, man. You came prepared, man. You came fully ready to toast up today.
I've been holding on to this because we talked about this before. The broadleaf San Andreas, it's hard to find. Yep. So I don't like to pull them out, but we've been on a little hiatus, so I wanted to pull out something nice for today.
That's what's up, man. Well, I went another route today, man. So, you know, going back to Vegas Cigar Week, you know what I'm saying, I was blessed with something. I was asked to smoke it on air, right, on one of our shows, and I've been kind of putting it off for a little bit, or not really putting it off, but just haven't gotten around to it. So I saw it in my humidor this morning. I said, you know what, this is a good day, right, to pay homage to my people at the LA Lounge, man, in Los Angeles, man. They came through real deep for Vegas Cigar Week. They supported the Puff a Minute. They supported, you know what I'm saying, Sugar Daddy's, the whole nine, man. They came to the mansion party thick, you know. So I just wanted to pay homage to them folks today, man. So I'm rocking on this stick that they got their own cigar, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's literally just it says LA Lounge, right? Premium cigars. But this is their brand. So I'm just gonna rock. I don't have any notes on it. I told them I was smoking, so I'm gonna smoke it. I just lit it up. It's got a natural wrapper on it. I don't know where the tobacco was farmed, man. You know, if I was to guess, I would probably say down in the DR or something like that, man. That's where most cats go right now when they're coming out with a new brand or what have you. But at the same token, man, I'm just going to light this up, man, go through it. Shout out to my man Marcus, man. Real men dress up. Shout out to Polo the dog, who needs to be quiet right now because we're on air. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, all my people out there at the LA Lounge, man. Mika, you know, all of y'all. And I was in LA a few weeks ago, and I wanted to go by the lounge, but I know it's private. You know what I'm saying? I need to hit somebody up to get me in. But there was another cigar event that was taking place that time, so I know everybody was out there chilling and stuff. I'll be like, you know, sliding into their IGs as well, bro, seeing what everybody else has got going on. So, but it's just good, man. You know, like I said, the LA Lounge, man. Shout out to my people out there.
Yeah, that was good. I actually got a chance to enjoy one of those, so appreciate them brothers coming out and supporting.
Brothers and ladies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It was. They came deep.
They came deep, bro. So what are we talking about today, bro? You know, so for those of you who are still kind of new to, you know, a Puff a Minute, man, we don't really script anything, right? It's an unscripted conversation. We sit down, we light a cigar, we have a little beverage, man. Today we just sipping on some Modelo Negros, you know, just because it's early and it's hot, just getting started. But we just sit down and we just let the conversation flow. Like I said, there's a lot that we can talk about, man. To begin with, I mean, let's start with Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Right? Let's start with Vegas, bro, because Memorial Day weekend, man, I went to the little spot, Blue Martini. Yeah. It was so thick, right? I think that was like the first day of going to 100% or something like, or maybe it was the day before, but nobody cared.
Yeah.
Right? But it was so thick, bro, and nobody's masking up anymore. It's just everybody's out and about, man. Me and wife have been out doing weddings and stuff, and it's just like, you know, we was at Caesars yesterday. Man, and plus, you know, it's 108 degrees out here, so I don't think the COVID could live out here anyway. You know what I'm saying? What you think?
Well, 108 degrees, you got to wear a mask. But, you know, what happened was a couple weeks ago when the CDC came out with the new mandates that fully vaccinated versus not vaccinated, children of different ages and all that sort of stuff, people kind of just said, F it. The mask was gone. It was no more social distancing from that point. Right. Vegas didn't open until June 1st, like you said.
Right. Yeah.
But you're right, man. In one sense, I'm glad to see it. Being born and raised here, It's nice to see my city lit up. We got a new resort opening at the end of this month.
Yeah,
you know, it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot going on right for the city. Yeah. But at the same respect, I'm like, are we out of the woods? Are we really thinking of this in the right way? Like, are we not really prepared as we think we are? And that's the kind of things I think to myself. Yeah. When you see all these people out and about acting like, bam, it's right back to normal. Yeah. I was like, how are we supposed to go back to normal at this point?
You know, I think there's such a thing, man, as a false sense of security, right? And again, this is just Cigar Mick's opinion, bro. But again, I've said from the beginning, right, that the backlash or the second wave or third wave, whatever you call it, is going to be so much more significant than the first, right? So right now, everybody's laying down their arms, man. Nobody's really thinking about health and all of this type. You got people trying to get back to work or not trying to get back to work. You got companies trying to hire. There ain't nobody interested, right? They still collecting unemployment and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, bro, I think that come late September, October, November time frame, and when the weather starts to change again, that we're going to see something that's going to make the first wave of this thing look like it was dress rehearsal. Yeah, you know what I mean? So again, bro, all I can say is stay protected, man. I don't know. Like they say, 50% of the population is fully vaccinated right now. So either that 50% is going to be good and everybody else is going to be in trouble, or it's going to be the other way around. I don't know which way it's going to go yet, but I just know that come October or what have you, man. I think, or I predict that the hospitals are going to be full again. There's going to be a lot of people that's dealing with illness, and we're going to be going through something that makes the first wave look like it was just dress rehearsal. That's just me, man. I'm not trying to be a doomsday prophet, man, or anything like that, but this thing is not over, bro.
But it is funny how they're starting to pull specific data from the data sets of the people who were infected by COVID, and so now they're trying to classify it to age, health condition, which prior conditions in some sense did matter. Yeah. But then you had age, health conditions. Now they're throwing obesity in there.
Yes.
So they're saying people, who were classified as being obese had a higher rate of contracting the virus than anyone else.
But obesity, people who suffer from obesity were always more susceptible to any kind of illness.
Yeah.
Again, bro, so, tell us something that we don't know, right? So again, they're just pulling at straws, man, and trying to make it seem like, it's bigger with this whole COVID thing, than anything else. I'm just not buying it, for the most part. I'm like, they say, oh, so many people died last year. Well, guess what? People died every year. You know what I'm saying? We just wasn't watching it like that. Okay, unless it affected you and your household and your family, you wasn't paying attention like that. You wasn't watching the news every day talking about how many people died in America, or how many people died over in Europe or something like that. We wasn't looking at it like that. So again, we'll see, man. We'll see.
You're absolutely right, man. I was just having a conversation with one of my homeboys. We was talking about this. He was like, "Did you see such on the news?" I said, "No, because COVID ain't the hot topic anymore." Exactly. So now you're getting random stuff, car crashes, and unfortunately, kids being killed and things like that. They're going back to that old stuff that just depresses the crap out of you.
Exactly.
Because COVID's not topic number one anymore.
Exactly. Until it's topic number one again.
And do we need to wait until should we be prepared? But I'm gonna give them a soapbox.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see, homie. You know what I'm saying? So, so it's good to see the city full, man. It's good to see things going on, man. People coming in. Matter of fact, man, shout out to my baby sister Pam McCray, man. Today is her birthday. So she got a lot of folk in town right now coming to celebrate with her, man. We're gonna be over there later on this evening, man. Joining in the festivities. So definitely want to. But it's good just seeing everybody coming to town like this, man. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. What do you think about the NBA right now, bro? That for me, bro, was like the biggest relief, right? To see stadiums full again and arenas full or whatever, man. I was just like, yo, this was great.
Yeah.
And it all started for me, man, with the New York Knicks. I know we didn't. You only got one game out of it, but that was like the first playoff win in 13 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, congratulations,
And y'all was doing it with an old beat up Derrick Rose.
Exactly.
You got a bunch of young guys on that team. I think Julius Randle was one of the oldest. and he's still a young guy. He ain't even 30 yet. So,
right, exactly.
You know, a lot of young dudes on that team. That was good for y'all to make it to the playoffs, man.
Yeah,
my squad didn't even make it, so I can't even talk.
You rocking the Bulls anyway. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's your take on LA?
The Clippers or the Clippers?
The Clippers, man. I don't know about the Lakers right now, man. Yeah. I'm just saying. So
I think the Clippers gonna close out this series, and I think they're gonna find their stride.
Okay.
I think their biggest competition is, of course, Utah.
They're gonna win the West.
In the West,
they're gonna win the West.
I like them to win the West, man.
Okay.
I like them. So
I felt like that from the beginning, but they gave me such a scare at the beginning of the series. You know,
I think Doncic is just one of them players, though, bro. Yeah. He's a LeBron, he's a Kobe, he's Jordan. I think he's gonna be one of those guys that just goes down in history as just being unguardable.
Yeah,
and you got to get to the point where you say, okay, everybody else, and everybody else can't beat us.
Yeah.
We can't let them get open shots. Don't let him pass out of the trap.
Right.
You know, those simple things you got to do to try to at least contain him. Because you're not gonna stop him.
Yeah, because he's gonna get his for sure, man, regardless, right? So,
but they winning tonight. I got the prediction. I'm calling it. Okay. I don't like making predictions on the show because people come after us afterwards.
Yeah.
But I'm calling it today.
Every time you make a prediction, bro, go the wrong way. I kind of wish you didn't do that right now. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Yeah. So I told my boy all week. I said, watch. So the Lakers were only allowed to have 8,000 people in the stands, right? Yeah. So 8,000 capacity. I said, guaranteed today. All of a sudden, they're going to open up more, and it's going to be 20,000 people in that stadium. Okay. I looked at the capacity for today. It was like 19,007 something.
Really?
Yeah. I told my boy that late last week.
Wow.
Well, I word to God, I said it, bro. Yeah. And I said, look at this. They got the capacity up. They're going to win this game.
Okay.
All the stars going to be out. Kevin Hart going to be in the front row. Migos sitting right next to him.
Can we send Spike Lee over there?
Oh, man. No, please.
You can't send nobody with Spike, man.
He went to Atlanta, y'all lost that game.
Exactly. Did you see he left? And then we started coming back, and then that fool brought his ass back and sat back down, and then it was over, like we got blown out. I'm like, man, why just leave, dude? He bad luck, bro. He bad luck, man. So something else I want to rap about, man. Also, Memorial Day on the 31st. That marked 100 years, right, since the burning of Black Wall Street, right, the Greenwood District in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now, I mean, we could talk about this from so many different angles, man, but was really, there was a lot of specials that were on TV, on PBS and all of that about it. Yeah. It really blows my mind how that history was lost for so many years, right? Only to be like regained in the last like 20, 30 years, so to speak, or what have you, to come back. Like nobody talked about it. It was totally covered up, but I look at that and I look at where we are today, right? So that's 1921 when that took place. And I look at where we are today with the whole BLM movement and, all of these things that have been going on. And I mean, the biggest aha for me is that it just never changed. We just didn't have, for something like that to be hidden, right, and covered up for that many years is because we didn't have the social media or the media outlets and all of the things that we have today to put it on a world stage, right? But, there's an old saying, bro, that says culture will trump politics any day of the week, right? So it doesn't matter how many laws you pass. It doesn't matter, all of the things, civil rights movement and all of these types of things. The culture of America, right, has always been a culture that despises, right, that hates, that kills, that murders, that lynches, people of color for a multitude of reasons. In this particular case, it was because that they were successful, right? That they had their own economy, their own successful economy and all that. And again, this is at a time where, people talked about separate but equal, right? It wasn't even a time where we were talking integration.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they just basically did their own thing and was very good at it. But you see the result of it, right? So this reminds me now, and this probably hit some people the wrong way, but this is what I'm hearing when I hear people say, let's make America great again. What are you talking about? What was great about 1921? That was the bloodiest time in America, right? to be a black man. Coming back from the war, they lynched you in your uniform. You know what I'm saying? There was massacres in Chicago. There was massacres in, the Rosewood massacre happened around that same time as well, right? And I think maybe 3 years later or what have you. All of these things was taking place, man. But why, right? It's because the hatred, right? That culture of hatred has never, ever changed. Yeah. I'm going to pause there and let you get some of that, man.
Yeah, but you're right, man. And even Martin Luther King said it in his last speech, right? They recorded him in the church. And he said, to some effect, I have integrated my people into a broken society. Yeah. We were better off when we were our own doctors, our own attorneys, our own teachers. We were better off when we were our own society. And he even said it himself. And it just goes to show, like, Tulsa, Oklahoma wasn't the only city at that time that was operating like that. Exactly. There were many cities, especially in the South, that were operating like that. But we had to take care of ourselves. Yeah. And we were much better off when we were taking care of ourselves versus trying to be integrated into a society. Because they said there are broken people. You got everybody want to be something. I'm Italian. I'm this. I'm that. But we all just had to say we was black. We couldn't go out and tell nobody we was from Trinidad or Puerto Rican or Afro-Puerto Rican or something like that. If you look like this, you was black.
Exactly.
And so that it comes to this show, like the separation that they have within themselves. And then they do that separation to us on an even higher level.
Right. One of the most powerful speeches, man, that I ever heard was Malcolm X when he did the Ballad of the Bullet, right? But one of the things that he broke down, man, and really trying to promote black nationalism was he says, they're not killing you because you're a Baptist. They're killing you because you're black. Mm-hmm. They're not killing us because you're Muslim. They're killing you because you're black. So, or that you, because you have money or because you're poor or because of this or because of that. Everything really just comes down to the commonality of the melanin in your skin. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, that has not changed. As much as we would like to pretend it has, even though we have some people who are doing quite well, doing quite well today, man, making money, famous, all of this type of stuff. At the end of the day, bro, like my man JC said in the story of OJ, still nigga.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know what I mean? So yeah, I was watching what was that movie? Green Book.
Oh, yeah.
Dude is like, the Italian dude is like, I'm more black than you are. You don't even know who Little Richard is, so on and so forth. My man is like, I play this music for them. They accept me because I play this music. As soon as the concert is over, I'm just another N-word for them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, bro, that's really what it comes down to. So as long as I'm entertaining them.
Yeah. But you just hit them in the head, man. But I think we need to cut it real quick because we're gonna lose time.
We're gonna lose time? Yeah. All right, so let's cut right here. We'll go to a commercial break and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back now. For those of y'all that's tripping on the new format a little bit, man, tell them we doing the podcast at the same time, or the audio podcast at the same time as we do the YouTube podcast right now. So we're just trying some things, flipping it up a little bit, man. The podcast is doing kind of good right now, but we're on like 6 or 7 different platforms right now.
Yeah.
On that joint, man. So Jay will give you the rundown, man. But again, at the end when we close this down, man, if you don't have time to watch the YouTube, you can get us on Spotify, Apple, and a myriad of other like platforms as well, right? So we'll get into that, man. And we rocking with Anchor FM. Shout out to Anchor FM, man, for providing that platform for us to be able to do that. So, but yeah, man. So that was that. That's what was going on with Black Wall Street, man. That was on my mind for a minute, man. Because I challenge people, man, to when you're looking at, if you take a subject such as police brutality, right, in the Black community, police brutality, and some folks think of that like, well, we got a few bad apples, this, that, and other thing. But you have to go back to the root, right? So, okay, how did state police come into being in the first place?
It was to catch us.
It was to catch us, bro. Exactly. They were chasing us, to keep slaves from crossing state lines and all of that type of stuff. Yeah. So, and then at the end of the Civil War, they just pretty much deputized all of these people, right, and made them, like police officers or what have you. So that's the foundation of that. It was already based on a bias against Black folks. right? I don't know why people don't understand this, man, or why people don't want to look at that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So again, you can say, well, you guys are just being, overly, excited and, this, that, and other thing. It's not that big a deal. But it really is. It always has been. Right? So what changes?
Exactly.
When does it change?
And we talked about this before, right? Yeah. It's like they went from, like you said, we was released as slaves, we freed as slaves, but then it turned into they're all murderers, they're killers, they're trying to take my daughters. It was all this kind of lingo, and it was a reason. There wasn't a reason, but they found a way to keep arresting us, locking us up, lynching us, killing us for one reason or another. And that went on for another, almost 100 years after the slaves were freed. We went through that.
Yeah. So at the end of slavery, there was actually a time when we had excellent representation in government and all of that type of stuff, right? I want to say 1915, somewhere around that time, there was the release of the movie Birth of a Nation, right? And Birth of a Nation, man, was so vile to the Caucasian psyche, right? Depicting all black men wanted to do was rape white women, so to speak, right? Now this thing swept the nation, right? But not only did it sweep the nation, man, and feed that hatred, but it was almost like endorsed from the White House, because Woodrow Wilson did his viewing of it in the White House. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So this is from the top on down. Yeah. This is what birthed the Ku Klux Klan, right? And what started with all of the voter intimidation, you know what I'm saying, that continues to this day. The voter intimidation and all of that stuff to get us out of the political arena, which is the reason why that was formed. The terroristic threats were to keep people away from the polls, so to speak, right? This is the history, right, that we don't talk about. This is the history that we don't want to look at, right? But it's still the history, right? Anything else, man, is hypocritical, man. Yeah. Anything else, when you talk about land of the free, home of the brave, and all of that type of stuff, but you don't look at the whole picture, right? Then it's hypocritical, because this is why we're in the state that we're in today, and it's not over, right? There's many people right now. The January 2nd resurrection, or whatever it was, January 6th, insurrection, whatever date it was, I keep forgetting, man. But that whole insurrection, bro, shows you the mindsets of the people today are not very different than they were in 1921.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? It shows you that, right? And it shows you that they still are pushing for the same things, so to speak, when it comes to those who are of Caucasian status or what have you. They feel like you're a threat. You're taking all the jobs. You're doing this. You're doing that, or what have you, right? And something has to be done. And here comes the champion for that, and he's not done yet. I think he spoke at a rally, a GOP rally, just yesterday in Oklahoma. Oklahoma, right? Go figure. But yeah, man. So again, it's just crazy, bro, how all of this stuff ties together. But unless you take a 100-foot view of all of this, man, and look down, you won't be able to connect the dots.
So you made a good point. It's history, right?
Yeah.
So what's the first thing they want to do? Slavery is over. Forget it. It's not. Slavery's over. You guys gotta let it go.
Let it go.
But it's a history that we don't even understand and know enough about, and that they definitely don't want anybody to remember. And I guarantee you, they got plenty of records of it. But because they got more records of their lineage than we ever will have.
Yes.
But they sit there and tell us just to forget about it. It's over. You guys got to move on.
Yeah.
I was like, how can we move on from a system? And that's what, when people say systemic racism, I don't know why it's so hard for people to understand that concept. There was a system of racism that was created, and like you said, a system is the same as a culture, and it hasn't gone away.
Right.
Well, the culture builds the system because you put an operation behind it. Exactly. That was policing. That's police brutality.
Yeah.
They put a whole operation and a machine behind that system and that culture.
Yes. And it was all designed to keep you and me in our place.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, to this day. So wow, man, we be getting deep, don't we?
It's Sunday morning.
We be getting deep on a Sunday morning, man. You know what I'm saying? We get kind of wasn't my intentions to turn this into a sermon, sermonize this, but at the end, somebody need to hear it, obviously, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because we just flow with it. You know. Other than that, bro, I think, you know, there's a ton of other things, man, that I would love to chat about, man, because we ain't been out here a minute. But you wiping the sweat off of your face and whatnot, man. So we're gonna go ahead and keep this thing moving. Shut this one down. You know, get out here for another one. We may have to start shooting at night though, bro, when the sun goes down. I'm just saying. You know,
it ain't too bad. I drink a lot of water, so I'm a sweat.
You got to out here. Yeah. You got to out here. Man.
But I'll tell you, man, something funny going on tonight. I would say funny, but I think it's gonna be pure entertainment.
Yo, no, we got to talk about this, man. We got to talk about this, man.
Pure entertainment.
This is a travesty, man. This is a doggone shame, man.
Oh, come man. On. So you know, Cigar Baker is a boxer dude. I love boxers, man. Try to follow all the guys, many of them as I can, right? But oh my gosh, Floyd Mayweather is fighting Logan Paul tonight. So this is the little brother of Jake Paul, who has had some professional fights. So now they're trying to create this professional boxing career. And somehow, some way, they keep booking these named fighters to actually fight them. And this is definitely the biggest ever name they could have gotten in the modern era, right? To get Mayweather to agree to a fight. But I have to say, man, I give props to Mayweather all day. That dude is about, he said Money Mayweather, he is about his money. He's like, I could sit here on the sideline and go fight for a belt on Showtime and make 15 mil, or I could fight this dude for entertainment, nothing on my record, don't have to worry about no blemishes to my record, and make 30 mil. Like, that doesn't even make sense. He's like, that's clear and simple.
Didn't Mayweather fight some Japanese dude, man?
For like 100-something mil.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So again, I mean, he's doing it for the money. I get that, and that's fine. My point is, right? These guys, man, Logan, Jake Paul, are not boxers, bro. You know what I'm saying? So when you get in the ring with a professional, you know, there's a chance that somebody's gonna get hurt, and then all of this, you know, fun stuff is gonna be. This tarnishes boxing, bro. As far as I'm concerned.
But I'll say this, bro. Like, okay, so Logan and Jake are fighting at heavyweight, right? Heavyweights get title shots within 5 to 10 fights sometimes.
True.
So they may have 10 professional fights and they get a title shot. The other thing is, it's better than them going to Mexico and fighting in a bar and trying to build a record fighting over in Mexico and then try to come back to the States. So, I mean, you got,
they're not boxers, bro.
I know, but if you look at it from that standpoint, like even Devin Haney, right? Devin Haney, pure boxer, man, great skill set. That dude began his career in Mexico.
Okay. I just don't see these guys are sensationalists.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So again, you know what they remind me of? They remind me of remember back in the day, man. This might be ahead of your time. So I can't remember if it was the 80s or the 90s though. But there was this show called Jackass.
Yeah. Okay. That was 90s, 2000s.
90s and 2000s. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what they remind me of, bro. They're just doing it for views and likes and all of this type of stuff, man. And they're doing stuff, putting themselves in danger, right, to make a little change, which is cool. But the minute you at least the spectacle, bro, right, of a Mike Tyson getting in the ring with Roy Jones, right? At least that spectacle. At least these are two professional boxers, right? You know what I'm saying? So again, all right, family. So, truth be told, man, we experienced a little bit of technical difficulty on the back end of this episode. But it's all good because I feel like y'all got the gist of what we were talking about today. You know what I mean? So, Eyes Wide Shut is the episode. You know, we're not going through life with blinders on. We got to be able to, take a clear look, man, at everything that's going on around us right now. And see it for ourselves, you know what I mean? So with that being said, man, I just want to say on behalf of myself, Cigar Mick, and Cigar Banker, you know, we want to thank you for supporting Puff a Minute through all our endeavors. Listen, guys, make sure you go to YouTube, right? And when you get to YouTube, make sure that you follow Puff a Minute, right? Click the bell link so that you're able to be notified of all new episodes that are up and coming. Right, on the audio side, man, listen, the podcast is on Spotify, it's on Apple Podcasts, it's on a multitude of other platforms. So all you have to do is just go ahead and search on your favorite podcast for Puff a Minute, Cigars and Conversation. We're going to be right there with you, right? And we appreciate all of your support. Until next time, y'all, remember, we are not just blowing smoke. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Peace, we love you, and we're out.